And I'm here responding, well, helping out at the Aloha Fest. And this is at the
All-American Food Booth for the UCI partners.
All right. And how do you feel? Well, what's your position here, first of all?
Well, I'm the faculty advisor for the club.
Okay. And change subject, but how do you feel about condom distribution in school?
Wow, let's change the subject. We are just selling burgers. Well, I think the students should be knowledgeable as to choices, but I don't exactly think that, you know, distributing condoms at the school is the way to go, because all it does is excite a lot of people to get upset, and it's going to squelch people from getting the knowledge that they need to have. You know, the idea is there are plenty of places to get the condoms. That doesn't need to be brought onto the school, but I do think that students should be knowledgeable of what choices are and of what consequences there are.
Okay.
What do you think about UFO?
What do you think about UFOs?
Why are you asking me these questions?
We heard stories about in the news lately. There's a lot of UFO abduction.
I don't think that they're true.
You don't believe in abductions?
No, I don't think it.
Have you seen sightings?
No, I haven't seen any sightings.
Saturday, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you were a principal, what would you change first in this school?
I think the one thing is I try and do something for school spirit, because I don't think enough students are excited enough about the school. Too many kids, I'm surprised at the number of kids that would want to switch schools midstream, you know, instead of going to 4 full years here. No, people don't think twice about leaving in the middle of it, and I think that's a shame, because this school has a lot to offer, and I think people should be proud of it. And, you know, I know that we get a lot of bad reputations from the other schools looking at Santa Ana School, but, you know, I think compared to some of the other schools, this has got a lot to offer, and it's a good quality school.
How do you feel helping kids out with all their studies and everything?
Oh, I think that that's a must. Like, you know, as teachers, we're all concerned about what, you know, helping the students as much as possible. I want to see all the students succeed here. There's a lot, you know, lately I've been doing a lot of counseling, and a lot of the students, I've been looking at the records, so many students are failing, and there shouldn't be a reason for that. We want everybody to get a high school education, and everybody, you know, everybody should pitch in. That's why I do serve in the library. You know, we have that 2 hours. I volunteer for that because I think it's a good cause. The kids should have a place to go to study.
How long have you been here to school?
This is my 11th year here. So, you know, I've stayed here for a purpose. I think it's a good school, and I've got a good investment in here, and I enjoy the students. A lot of the students, I think what we produce out of this school, you're not going to see it in other school. We've got some better things, but people overlook that a lot. They just want to look at the negative picture, and I think that this school's got a lot to offer.
Does racism have a part of this decline of spirit?
I don't know if that's it so much, because, you know, this school is a majority of minorities, and I don't think that racism has anything to do with it. It just, you know, I think people buy into the bad attitude of Santa Ana. They let people talk to them about how bad Santa Ana is. You know, when some of our students go to different schools for competition, people don't want to compete against our school. They think, oh, Santa Ana school. You know, they don't even give us a chance. And they're letting other schools' image defeat us. And that's where it does break into the system. You know, that's where it buys into that.
This is Justin Craigett, and I'm here at the All-American Food for CSF. And right here is Mr. Jimmy Ambrose, my helper, behind. Shoot, buddy.
We're on.
Hey, Justin, what's going on, dude? Nothing much.
So what were those questions you wanted to ask me?
Drying up on me.
Speak.
Yeah, what it would look.
This here is Mr. Quinn.
Looks like big time stuff here.
This is
all
the
right.
big varsity coach.
We're gonna get a slam dunk.
All right.
Man, who couldn't slam there?
I know. That's all
No,
right.
that's okay.
You wanted the interview, trust me.
No.
Okay?
No.
Okay. Here we are. Raise. Come here.
No, that's okay. No,
Come on.
thank you.
Come on. Okay. We got the team right here. Okay. I'm Justin Craigett, and you are?
Regina Huang.
And Magda Soto.
Okay. And what are you here for? Are you working in a booth?
I'm president of Students for Social Responsibility, and we're selling egg rolls and fried rice right over there.
Okay. And what about you?
I'm working for UCI.
Okay. And how do you guys feel about condom distribution in schools?
Condom distribution.
Honestly.
I think that we shouldn't have actual condom distribution, but there should be educational pamphlets distributed, and students should get like addresses and phone numbers of places within the community that they can get condoms, but not within the school.
How about you?
I pretty much feel the same way. I mean, it happens in school and people need it and stuff. So.
How do you feel, well, what do you think, okay. Alright, and the school, do you feel there's any racism in school? Any tension?
I think our school, is a place that, one would think that there's like a lot of obvious racism, but I don't think on the surface that there isn't really any. There may be, but I haven't really seen any obvious examples.
Your feelings?
I don't think there is racism here, but I mean, certain races do hang around with each other in cliques and stuff like that. But
Do you feel the teachers are doing a good job here?
Well, I think that a lot of teachers are doing a good job, but I think there should be more incentives for teachers, and there should be more programs that focus on challenging the teachers and giving them something to work towards.
Yeah.
Teachers don't really listen to the students that much here because it is overcrowded and stuff, but they're pretty much doing a good job.
The budget cuts take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And how about if you were to be the principal at this school, what would you change? First thing you change?
Gosh, that's a pretty hard question, because in order to change something, you're gonna have to have money for it. And since I think that the actual change has to come directly from the state or the federal level to give us more funds to make changes.
I'd set up more recycling, more environmental things, so students could be aware of the environment and saving the environment.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And what's your position here at Southland, besides a student?
Besides a student? Well, I'm in student council, and I'm the commissioner of PET, and I'm also on the dance team, and that's basically what I do.
And that's my mom right there. Alright, and and what is your favorite class here?
My favorite class here, I have two as a matter of fact. Dance and executive council.
Okay. And how do you feel your teachers are doing as in their job?
They're doing very good as their job. They teach me a lot. I learn a lot from them. And I think they're very good teachers.
Okay. And how about racism? What do you think about racism? Is there any racism here? Any tensions?
I really can't say if there is or if there isn't, so.
And as a principal, if you were, what would be the first change? What's the first thing you'd change?
Here in the school?
Yes.
Gosh. Let me see. I would change, like, all the dress codes that we have, like no certain jackets and no hats and stuff like that. And I would try to change, like, all the sorry rules. That's what I would try to change.
Okay, and one more question. How do you feel about condom distribution in the school?
Hey, if they're gonna do it, go ahead. I really don't mind at all.
All right.
It's for the protection of us.
Thank you. This is Justin Craigett here. Oh! I'm Justin Craigett and you are? Okay, and what's your position here?
For student council.
And what's the theme of this? What's the theme for tonight?
It's to celebrate, about Aloha Fest. And you just like dress up like, sort of like the Aloha and just have fun. It's like a carnival.
Okay, and what's your, how do you feel about your teachers here? Are they doing the right job?
Yeah, well, a lot of the teachers are getting involved in the denk tank, and we're probably going to get them there.
And what about, how do you feel about?
What's your major concern in 1992?
The conservation of, the pollution in the world and the ozone layer and stuff like that.
And what were your best moment at Slabak High?
Well, what?
What was your best moment at Slabak High?
My best moment? Well, like when I get into activities and when I made it for student council.
Do you like anyone here in particular? Which one to see?
No.
Do you have any final comment about the President of us and interviewing you?
No.
Do you think this neighborhood is safe? The whole in the Sunshine Land 1977 is safe?
Some parts are, other parts are.
I mean, you see any gang violence happening in the past recent weeks?
Not in my community, no.
And you think if after you graduate you could get a decent job? Like, what's your best subject, school subject?
My best subject is probably math.
And what's your grade again?
For math?
Oh no, what's your
What grade are you in?
9th grade.
9th grade and your name again?
Erica Alcaraz.
Devins. I'm used to throwing the tall receivers.
What? Cheers, Mr. Evans. And what's your position here?
I'm a coordinator of student activities.
Awesome. And
What's your position?
my position here is left tackle and right tackle.
Oh, okay.
And well, and this is Jimmy right here. Jimmy is our wire guy.
Oh, all right.
How long have you been teaching here?
It's good to see you. It's good to see Jimmy is being put to work.
And how long have you been teaching here?
I've been teaching at Saddleback since 1979. Been activity director since 1984.
If you're a principal of this school, what would you change first?
The first thing I'd change if I were principal, I would change the principal. That means I wouldn't be the principal any longer.
That's logical. Okay, how do you feel about the student spirit here?
Oh, your cord? Yeah, electrical cords. Yeah, run them to the art room and we'll plug them in.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
How do you feel about the student? How do you feel about them helping you guys out?
Well, look around. Everybody's working at it and having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And how about yourself?
Me? I'm tired. I
How
want to go
long
home.
you keep going?
Until I get it right.
So what's your major concern in 1992 in the school year?
My major concern for this year
Yeah.
is getting the seniors graduated. And my second concern is, of course, the financial situation for next year. Doesn't look good, but we're going to make it work. I'm in demand over there. I've got to run.
Okay.
Thank you.
Later on. Thanks a lot.
Later on, Mr. Evans?
I hope so.
All right, we'll get him later on.
Ready?
Okay. I'm Justin Craigett, and I'm with my mom, Veronica Craigett, here. Please. I'm gonna ask you a little bit of questions, okay?
Make sure they're not too difficult to
All right.
answer.
Okay. What are you looking forward to in the year of 1992, Mom?
It's almost halfway over though.
I know.
You
what are
mean
you looking forward to? What do you want? What do you want?
personally or for education or
Education
for,
for me,
or for Saddleback,
everyone,
for
Saddleback.
my family, or what?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I want a good football season.
Yeah.
Very good football season, good camaraderie, health.
What
I
about
want
in
my
the
son
future?
to bring home good grades.
Okay, what about the future of this? What about the future?
I'm really not good at interviews. Can you edit this?